It's a response. The problem is most people don't hear those who come at me because they whisper it, or they say it in such a way, or they don't have a platform. But I invite them to come on the platform. Roy Bey has been invited to come on here to express his opinion quite a few times. Even when we was on good talking terms, I invited him to come on the platform and put his understanding of Moorish science next to mine before the people. He refused. But we were still cool at that time. We were still cool at that time. How we fell out, I don't know. But I just know that one day on a post, and anybody that want to know how this started, especially those that's in the circle of Moorish American National Republic, talk to your brother Roy Bey. Talk to your brother Roy Bey. I'm minding my business. I'm posting things. If anybody been on my Facebook page, they know that my Facebook page is all about promoting and inspiring people to do better and subscribe to Moorish science. Absolutely, I will invite Bratton Bey. Absolutely, I will. This is not an attack. I'm telling y'all, listen, if I cannot question a doctrine without somebody talking about I'm slandering, listen, every time I question something, I bring slides, I bring proof, I bring everything necessary to back what I'm saying. I've never just, now, sometimes, let's say, sometimes when I got people on the panel, I don't have slides and I just chime in the conversation. But when I do a show like tonight, I bring proof of what I'm saying. I've never ever just start talking about somebody without having a screen share. I've never done that, and nor will I start that. So where do they get the slander from? I don't know. A brother recently, he says that that's before we get into that. Let me calm down. Before we get into that, I'll get back to that in a second. This is for my brothers and sisters whom I love dearly, out of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Incorporated, under the leadership of R. Jones Bey. R. Jones Bey, honor the brother for the work that he's done. I honor all the Moors under the sound of his voice and leadership for the work that they're doing. But recently on Facebook, the post has now been taken down. And I knew it was going to be taken down, but it's imperative that I share it with you of what was said. And I would like y'all to share this because I want the message to get out. I have to respond to it. And me responding to it, again, is not an attack. Me responding to it is not a part of, if you will, the show or entertainment of Moorish World TV. Moorish World TV is a platform that I developed to bring a portion of entertainment, music, as well as, I use music. I joke around sometimes to be able to express Moorish science. I don't find this to be a part of the entertainment element. Nor do I ever, when I get the screen sharing, I don't see that as a part of the entertainment element. But I want to read something to y'all. This was on Facebook, and it was on the Moorish Science Temple of America page. I don't know who is the administrator of this page, but I'll read it to you, and then I'll respond. This was yesterday. Recently, it was taken down. It was yesterday that somebody anonymously posted this on the Moorish Science Temple of America Facebook page. And I'm going to read it to you and I'm going to respond. And I hope that the Moors will share my response with their leadership, regardless of what leadership you are a part of. It goes like this. If you are a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated, under the leadership of Bro R. Jones Bey, let me bring it back. Let me bring it back. If you are not a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated, under the leadership of Bro R. Jones Bey, then you are not a member of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali's organization. I'm not saying this. This is what was on the site. With all due respect, we must separate emotion and logic in regards to this topic, regardless as to rumors and beliefs anyone has as to how Bro C. Kirkman Bey became the leader of the Prophet's movement. We are all learning with hopes that our information can be applied. Listen closely. The Prophet incorporated the Moorish Science Temple of America in the state of Illinois, Cook County, as number 1010-5905, book 521, page 579, Corporation Religious Affidavit Organization. We organized as the Moorish Science Temple of America in 1925. What I'm talking about, Aleem L. Griffin Bey, is how someone would post this in representation that they are the legitimate Moorish Science Temple of America. Let me read on. We organized as the Moorish Science Temple of America in the year 1925, and we're legally incorporated as a civic organization under the laws of the state of Illinois, November 29, 1926. The name Moorish Temple of Science was changed to the Moorish Science Temple of America, May 28, 1928, in accordance with the legal requirements of the Secretary of State of Illinois. The Moorish Science Temple of America is a lawfully and chartered incorporated organization. Any subordinate temple that desires to receive a charter that the Prophet has them issued to every state throughout the United States, etc. And he goes on to say, note how the Prophet, in other words, he put on, let me wrap this up real quick. He goes on to say that you can contact the Secretary of State. He said you can contact the Secretary of State to verify this. And that's was I've been in contact. All is well. Let me say this. If anybody know business, I actually have two of them. If anybody know business, they should know a little bit about corporation. If anybody is into a religion, they should know a little bit about religious corporation. Let me explain. According to the laws of the United States, and quoted by the Prophet, by saying, or paraphrasing by the Prophet by saying, the door of religious freedom made by the American Constitution swings open to all, and people may enter through it and worship as they desire. This is the Prophet's words. The Constitution makes it so anybody within the United States, citizens of the United States, if you will, whomever, they can walk through the door of religion and worship as they desire. I'm going to break this down shortly. when we start talking about the corporate filing owned by, controlled by the Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated, we're talking about a corporate entity. And if anybody would do the check, there's 2 cases on file that our well-respected and elder brother R. had to battle 2 different people, which I won't name names. But in one of the cases, which ultimately was overturned, one of the cases was here in Maryland, where the brother claimed rights to the trust of the Moorish Science Temple of America. And I'll keep this brief. In order to go after the trust of the Moorish Science Temple of America, he filed a case in Prince George's County, if I'm not mistaken, Prince George's County near DC. And he was in filing that, it would appear to be a filing to try to take over the corporate entity in all of the holdings, which means all the pews, the temples, the buildings, the chairs, the cars, the fezzes, the whatever. Because when you file for something on a trust, you're asking for everything, all the holdings. That didn't work. They also, in the case, tried to put an injunction on the brother not to use the term Moorish. And we could get into the details of it, but I don't want to get stuck here. In other words, the Supreme Court overturned it and said, that's your issue. That part there is religious. That's your issue. We have to understand that religious freedom allows anybody within the borders of the United States of America, anybody in the United States of America has the ability to practice religion as they see fit. The brother say names, brother. All you have to do is look up the case. It's a Maryland case. I can name names. Hold up. Give me a second. Let me look up the brother name. All you got to put in is Love L and court case Maryland. I can name names if that's important to you. But the names it's really not important because his name is L. Bay. I'm looking it up. I'm looking at it right now. L. Bay, matter of fact, I'm gonna give you the link. I'm gonna put the link in there right now. It's called L. Bay versus Moorish Temple. I don't want to lose my thought because the name is not important right now. The name is not important right now. There's the link right there. Anybody want to check it out? So, in other words, I mean, when you go to court and you claim in the trust of something, you're claiming everything under that corporate entity. Everything under that corporate entity, the benches, the cars, the whatever. Everything that's under that corporate filing. The other case was the German Bay case. There you go. Frank Lewis L. Bay. There you go. That's it, brother. Anyway, when it got to the point of him being able to use Moorish science, the terminology, they didn't touch it. It was overturned. What am I saying? What am I saying? Family, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm saying. When you look at a Jewish person or the so-called Jew, when you look at a so-called Jew, the European Jew, if you will, his religion is Judaism. His house of God is the synagogue. When you look at a Muslim from the East, if you will, his religion is Islam. His house of worship is the masjid. when you look at a Baptist, if you will, their religion is Christianity, and the house of worship is called the church. When you look at a Moorish American Muslim, his religion is Islamism. His house of worship is called the Moorish Science Temple of America. And no state, no government official can infringe upon that. And you will see tonight that anybody can have control of the name of an entity, but when you start to go into the area of religion, which is guaranteed, I'm not trying to take your property. I'm not trying to infringe upon your reputation. When you look at religious disputes, you will see in the El Bay versus Moorish Temple case, Moorish Science Temple case, that the government say, I don't want no parts of that. That's yours. And that's what the Supreme Court overturned. So in other words, religious freedom, nobody holds a monopoly on religious freedom. Nobody holds the monopoly, whether you think you do or not, holds a monopoly on the title name Moorish Science Temple of America. That is the house of God where the Moorish American Muslim that subscribes to Islamism go to worship. You cannot monopolize that. You may think so, but that's a 1980s argument. That's a 1980s argument. The corporate filing, however you got it, you got it. That protects you from your assets. But if it get down to the nitty-gritty, the government won't be involved in that. And it'll go all the way to the Supreme Court and everybody will be broke at the end of the day. Allow people to serve Allah as their soul dictates. Honor their masters, honor their teachers as their soul dictates. Honor their masters, honor their teachers as their soul dictates. Nobody has a monopoly on the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Nobody has a monopoly on the word of God. Nobody has a monopoly on nobody has a monopoly on the manuscript of God. And for anybody to come out with that argument that they are the legitimate Moorish Science Temple of America is plain insane. You can hold the corporate filing. And I'm going to answer that, Griffin Bey. You can hold the corporate filing, but you cannot hold the ideal hostage. Can't hold that. That was like somebody tried to hold the church exclusively theirs. Don't work like that. And if anybody thinks it worked like that, start filing cases. I'm going to say it again. If anybody thinks it works like that, start filing cases. This is all over now. This is all over now. It has been revealed. The one, as the brother Griffin Bey just said, I have one question. Did not the prophet say, imitate him? And absolutely, Griffin Bey. And until we have Moors to produce one iota what the prophet produced, there's no need to be claiming to be the Prophet's Moorish Science Temple. Some of these organizations and leaders have been around 20 and 30 years. The Prophet said, imitate him. The Prophet from 1926 to 1929 accumulated 30,000 followers moving in one direction. He accumulated millions of dollars, or the Moors, accumulated millions of dollars in today's money. We don't see that today. We don't see that today. So nobody has the right to claim that they are the Prophet's Moorish Science Temple of America because they have not produced what the Prophet produced. And I didn't say one, I said nobody have. Of course we're trying. So let's try together. Let's try together. How can we work with a Tyrone Bey? How can a Tyrone Bey work with a Braswell Bey? How can a Braswell Bey work with a Belial? How can a Belial work with a Rasadiel and then a R. Jones Bey? How does that work? How can they work together is the point. Because today, I say, see, there's another. Braswell Bey is the true Supreme Grand Sheik. Brother, stop that, brother. Stop that, brother. Because this is going to turn into another show, brother. Because, brother, let me tell you something. Until someone produced what the Prophet produced, we talking about people who are true Supreme Grand Sheiks, building under 501c3s. You cannot move like the Prophet, building under 501c3s. Let's not talk about that. The point of the matter is, those who are under the ideal of the Moorish Science Temple of America need to come together. If you say you follow the Prophet and you are open in your meetings according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, you should be coming together with any other Moor that is doing the same. If you're reading your Constitution and bylaws to open up the meeting, we should be doing the same. We should be doing the same. We should be supporting one another. So I want to say this. Just as the Muslim religion is Islam, and its house of worship, it's called the Masjid. The Jew or the Hebrew or the Jew follow Judaism, and his house of worship is the synagogue. The Moorish American Muslim. The Moorish American Muslim. The Moorish American Muslim house of worship is called the Moorish Science Temple of America. And nobody can infringe upon that. I don't care what you got. And if you think you think it's a fraud, what I'm saying, start filing court papers. I challenge you to start filing court papers. Start filing court papers. That's it. There's no need to keep claiming about this piece of paper with the Secretary of State. Start filing court papers. And we can get to the bottom of this overnight. Allah alone guides the destiny of this movement. This movement is not exclusive to any group. To any group. This movement will show its good side by the good it produces And if you haven't produced any good, you may not be following the prophet. That's all I got to say. Groover 873, I have a business, brother. I have 2 businesses. I've been in business over 10 years, brother. I understand the tax code of a 501c3. I understand, and I understand the limitations of it. Now, here we go. But that's another show. You know, I can do a show all about 501c3 and how it's not consistent with how the prophet moves. But that's another show. That's another show. You know, I've been in business for over 10 years and just started another one. Yeah. You can't shut me down. The people know this is fact, brother. You can't shut me down. You know what I mean? See, I understand that the prophet says that the people raise you up to sovereign power. You know what I mean? And I'm not looking for sovereign power, but the people support. The people support, brother. You can't shut this down. You know what I mean? This is the will of Allah in motion, brother. You can't shut this down, brother. You know what I mean? Only way you can shut me down, you have to take the life force up out me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here to the end. I'm here to the end, family. So that's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take. But like I said in the song, I ain't going out like Malcolm. I'm going out busting. Holla at your boy. Yeah. Yeah. Holla at you. You know what I mean? Because I go from a Moor to holla at your boy. Straight like that. It is what it is. I ain't one of them type of Moors that you just going to run up on and talk slick to. Nah, I'm for peace if possible. Violence if necessary. I'm for all that. You know what I mean? I want some peace. I want us to grow together, to live together, raise our children together, have our differences, have our disagreements, and still move on. But if you want something else, man, you can get that too. It's how I rock. And anybody know me know that's real. But I'm not really with that. Now, today's show, family, we're going to be talking about the Moorish American National Republic. Again, this is not a personal attack on anybody. This is not a personal attack. When I disagree with somebody, I'm not slandering them. Again, I'm going to bring proof as to what I'm talking about. When I disagree with somebody, I know they get their feathers ruffled. I know they all bent out of shape. Oh, why are you coming at Moors? Oh, you're always attacking Moors. I'm not attacking Moors. I'm going at the information that is not consistent with the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Should I sit by and idly watch the misinformation and the swindling of our people? Huh? Huh? Should I sit back and watch the swindling of our people? That's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm not going to sit back and watch that. I'm not going to sit back and watch that. You know. Shout out to Lord Abba. Lord Abba, we can do a show. Abba, you and I can do a show straight up on 501c3. Straight up on 501c3. But don't get mad like you normally do. Man up. Take this punishment and still be my brother. We can do it tomorrow if you want to. But take the punishment and still be my brother. Don't get all emotional. Don't be all emotional. That's all I ask. All I ask is when I give you this information, because you sharp, but I've been in business 10 years. I know a little bit about tax code. Anyway, here we go. You know you're the man on the scholarship, brother. I give you that. But on this 501c3 thing, brother, I'm trying to tell you, it's not consistent with the prophet movement. You know that. You change your way, you change your views, but it's okay. We can do it tomorrow, brother. There we go. Here we go. So the first question is, how would you address the national side of the MSTFA? Family, first of all, there is no such a thing called the national side of the MSTFA. It's the National and Divine Movement. There is no such thing called the national side of the MST of A. When the prophet was in the flesh, they were all of those ideals were enforced within the Moorish Science Temple of America. What I'm about to show you is an old flyer. And on this flyer, it said, the Moorish Divine and National Movement, membership free. Now, the question becomes, is the Moorish Divine and National Movement, is it the Moorish Divine and National Movement and the Moorish Science Temple of America, or were they one and the same? They were one and the same under the same roof, under the same temple, under the same organization. The national, the civic, and the religious was practiced under the same roof. The planet was under the same roof. Let's read the flyer. The Moorish Divine and National Movement, membership free. Come all ye Asiatics and learn the truth about your nationality and birthrights, because you are not colored, etc., etc. And you must claim a free national name to be an American citizen. Learn of your forefathers' divine and ancient creed that you will learn to love instead of hate. We are trying to uplift all of humanity. Come and link yourself with the families of nations. We honor all true and divine prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius. Under divine principles, all Asiatics of America need to come and take out their nationality and identification card for who? The Moorish Science Temple of America. The national, not the National Divine Movement, although they one and the same. You take out the nationality card for the Moorish Science Temple of America, that you may be blessed by your Father God, Allah. These holy and divine words are from the prophet Noble Drew Ali, the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Meetings, 3140 Indiana Avenue. Where do you go take out your nationality card? 3140 Indiana Avenue. Where is the national side of the movement in 1928? 3140 Indiana Avenue. Main office, 3603 Indiana Avenue. Meetings at the temple every Friday and Sunday. Where was the national side of the movement? It was in and a component of the Moorish Science Temple of America. So what am I saying? What exactly if I'm saying? You can't separate the both. You can't separate two. You can't separate the two. It's all within the Moorish Science Temple of America. Whether you with Jones Bay, whether you with Balliol, whether you with Braswell Bay, whether you with Kenyu Bay, whether you with Basadiel, the whole movement is supposed to be within the body. There is no such a thing as a national side of the movement separate from the Moorish Science Temple of America. We have to get that straight. It wasn't like that at the time of the prophet, and there's no need for it to be like that now. So, but I'm going to tell you why people are calling, saying that this is the national side. The reason why people say that is to separate themselves and to make themselves exclusive to the rights to try to get you to believe the agenda that they have laid down to lace their pockets. Now, I'm going to show you. This is not slander. I'm going to show you the proof. I'm going to show you the proof. The only reason people are calling something a national side, the only reason people are calling a national side is in order to put themselves apart so they can say, I'm handling the national business of the Moorish Science Temple of America. But I'm about to show you proof. First of all, let's go to the slides. First of all, when you look at the Moorish Science Temple of America, under Grand Sheik, if you will, Bratton Bey, he says that he has He says that he has a Moorish National Bureau of Vital Statistics. He says that he is the head of the Bureau of National Statistics, of Vital Statistics. Hold up, stop for a second. What is the Bureau of National Vital Statistics? What is that? Let me explain to you. What that is, what that is, he's saying that, let me tell you what this is. Bratton Bey is saying that he has the authority to naturalize everybody, take note of it, and keep the statistics. Just like when you go to vital statistics for your birth certificate or whatever, and correct your birth certificate or whatever, he's saying that he has been set aside with the authority to handle that. He said he had been set aside with the authority to handle that, to register all Moors. Okay? This is what he's saying. He's saying it's legitimate. What I'm about to show you is it's just another one of those things where the brother, what he actually did was, is incorporated the name. Matter of fact, before we go there, he incorporated the name of vital statistics just as he did the court. He incorporated the Moorish Supreme Court of Equity and Truth as if it was a legitimate court. I'm going to get to the slide of the filing of vital statistics. But here's the filing right here. This is a corporate entity. It's not a real court. He's teaching people that he has a Moorish Supreme Court of Equity and Truth, when in reality, it's filed as a business. It's filed as a business. Here's the company number. It's filed as a business. And so the same thing with, here's the filer number right here, the trade name right here. You see, and the same thing the brother did with the Supreme Court of Equity and Truth in saying that he has the right to adjudicate Moorish hearings. He's only filed a trade name. And he's telling people that it's a Moorish court. It's a trade name. It's a legal business. No different than the Moorish National Bureau of Vital Statistics. He filed trade names under these names and created what he would call entities to represent. He created entities to represent actually establishment of vital statistics of courts. No different than what a C. Cannon Bay did when he filed a government as a business. He filed the government as a business. Now, the brother Moore Studio said Maryland DMV is a business. The DMV is a business, but it is sanctioned by the state, which means it is authorized by the state of Maryland. That's different. Bratton Bey is not authorized by Baltimore, the state of Maryland, or anybody. Show me the legislation. I can show you the legislation where the DMV is authorized. No, I'm about to show you the vital statistics. I got that too. Parole casting, the roll casting. Show me the authorization from the legislator. It doesn't exist. It's a business filing. It's a business filing. That's it. Now, we cannot try to convince people that we can adjudicate cases and we are a legitimate court just because we filed a business name with court in it. We can't try to convince people that we have an office designated for vital statistics, if it's not consistent with the laws of this said government. Brother DeRoe, you can come on here all you want. See, I haven't been tricked by anybody in Moorish science. I know how this works. I know how business works. I know I can go downtown tomorrow and file a business called the Court of Tahaka Bay, and I can start to tell people I got my own court. Look at my filing. Is it court of business? This brother say, isn't governments incorporate their courts? Bro, the same thing I said with Cannon Bay. He incorporated the Moorish American Republic government, whatever it is. The United States Republic. He incorporated it as a business. And he's telling people that he's a legitimate government. In order to move like the vital statistics, you have to be sanctioned by the government of that local jurisdiction. That's it. Like the DMV, whatever, the police department, brother. Okay, anyway, let's go to the next level. Now let's get into the lesson. I'll get into the lesson of Bratton Bey, and I'm going to get back to the more and show you the corporate filing of the vital statistic. But let's keep it moving. Let's talk about this. Let's get into some of the lessons. One of the first things that Bratton Bey says is that he will naturalize everybody. He will naturalize everybody. The first thing that stands out to me is that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali has never used the term naturalized. That's number one. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali never used the term naturalized, nor did he ever use the term nationalize. He says you must proclaim your nationality. How do you proclaim your nationality? Look up what proclaim means. He said, with us, all members must proclaim their nationality. Again, look up what proclaim means and do it. Period, point blank. But Bratton Bey says you must be naturalized or you are still a citizen. You are still a citizen. That's what he said. But now let me show you something real quick. And I don't mean no harm to all the families that follow this doctrine. I'm just telling you what I discovered. First of all, when you look at, and this is just from a little brief research, because I'm not a researcher. You leave that up to Lord Abraham, Sharif, and all them good brothers. I just look at stuff and say, man, hold up, this stuff don't sound right. I got to share this with the people. Okay. So a brother was trying to find out, was there an alternate 13th Amendment? And come to find out it was, and it was voted down. So when they talk about, Bratton Bey says this, the Honorable Noble Drew Ali was a citizen. Listen to the switch and bait. Listen to the switch and bait, family. He says, Honorable Prophet Noble Drew Ali was a citizen. You cannot separate the Moorish Science Temple from its founder, its member, nor its congregation. We are one. However, we are not true American citizens. Come on, Bratton Bey. If you say the Prophet Noble Drew Ali was a citizen, But then you come back and say we're not true American citizens. And his explanation is because the laws of Emancipation Proclamations, inclusive of the 13th Amendment and the 20th section, has not been enforced. We are free on paper, though, the Emancipation Proclamation. However, as stated in the President Abraham Lincoln supplemental January 1st, 1863, whereby declaring all persons held slaves are forever free, and executive government of the United States, including the military, naval authority thereof, will recognize and maintain the freedom of such persons, and will do no act or acts repress such persons of any of them in any efforts in any way may actual freedom. Now listen to this. First, he comes and say that the Honorable Prophet Noble Ali was a citizen. However, we are not true American citizens. A contradiction of terms, and we fall for the okie doke. And he says the reason being is because the 13th Amendment and the 20 sections haven't been enforced. Well, family, unfortunately, the minutes, if you will, the document and the minutes shows you that 13th amendment with the 20 sections was not accepted. And the one that we know today was accepted, 38 yes, 6 nays. Again, what Bratton Bey is talking about was not accepted. Matter of fact, I am going to give you the link for this because I don't want anybody claim that I'm making some stuff up. I'm going to give you the link. I'm going to put the link right here. In the minutes, when it was voted on, you can find them right online. The 20 sections, the 13 and the 20 sections was voted down. It was voted down. It is what it is. It was voted down. There's the link right there. You can look at the minutes. It's going to take you to the page, and you can see the actual minutes. The 13th Amendment, as we know today, it was accepted. That's it. Now, if we are still going to subscribe to some 1320, if we still going to subscribe to some 1320, we're doing it because we just want to believe something. We just want to believe something. I'm going to touch on 1779. 1 second. The Prophet Noble Ali teaches us. This is what basically, hold on, let me go back to Bratton Bey. He says that, Bratton Bey says that, therefore we are not actually free, but free on people. Honorable Noble Ali, in his editorial, Divine Warning by the Prophet for the Nation, he says, I don't know what this has to do with anything. The wealth of all national government, gold and silver, and commerce belong to the citizens alone. And without your national citizenship by name and principle, you have no true wealth. And I hereby calling all true citizens that stand for national free government. And see how he pick out this little snippet. He picks out this little snippet and try to use that to verify we're not true American citizens. But you need to read the whole Divine Warning. The entire Divine Warning, do I have that? The entire Divine Warning, 1 second. Let me see if I got it up here. I'm going to pull it up in a minute. The entire Divine Warning actually explains to you the whole story, what the prophet is talking about. And the Divine Warning, when the brother talking about 1776, let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something, brother. While you talking about 1776, I'm going to go to where the prophet talk about 1774. The prophet say the 14th and the 15th amendment. Let's go ahead and do this. The 14th and the 15th amendments brought the North and the South in union, placing the Southerners who were at that time without power with the Constitution body of power. And at that time, 1865, the free national constitutional law that was enforced in 1774 declared all men equal and free. And if men are declared equal and free by the free national constitution to be free and equal, since that constitution have changed, there is no need for the application of the 14th and 15th Amendment. What that means that if you were declared free, if human beings were declared free, we actually walked into slavery willingly. We actually walked into slavery willingly. Because in 1774, the prophet said the law that had been laid down in 1774 had not changed and declared all men equal and free. And if it did not change, there's no need for somebody to free us. That means the 13th Amendment can't free us, nor can the 14th Amendment free us, because the foundation is that men are created equal and free. We just did not exact our freedom because we were asleep. That's the prophet's lesson. So when we start talking about being naturalized, and we're going to get into that in a minute, when we start talking about being naturalized, it's outside of the scope of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Why am I saying that? Let me share. Now, I just shared with you what the prophet said. I just shared with you where if the prophet ruled out the 14th and 15th Amendment because of the Free National Constitution of 1774, why are we talking about 1776? The 1776 conversation need to be realized after we deal with 1774, declaring all men free, equal and free. Let's deal with that. If we declared equal and free in 1774, how you putting me back in some slavery in 1776? This is what the prophet talk about, mental slavery. Because mentally, we allow this to transpire. You know, we should have did a Nat Turner, if you ask me. We should have did a Nat Turner, if you ask me. We fell for the okie doke. We laid down and accepted it. The prophet say in 1774, all men were created equal and free. Lincoln didn't free us. The prophet say in 1774, and that hasn't changed. How can you free us? Free yourself. This is the Prophet Noble Drew Ali's teaching. Free yourself. Mental slavery, what you now have. Free yourself. We choose. We choose to stay asleep in mental slavery. We choose to do that. But now let me go on to the next point. The next point that I want to share is that, and we're still talking about Bratton Bey and the misunderstanding of what he is bringing. One of the things that I'm going to address right now is where the brother talks about naturalized, being naturalized, right? When the brother talking about being naturalized, he makes a statement. He says, let me pull it up real quick. He makes a statement. He says this. One second. He makes a statement. He said, become a naturalized citizen of the American Republic. Come and learn about the great divine national movement, which was established by our founder, Prophet Noble Drew. See, this is where my problem lies, right here. He's telling people to become naturalized citizen of the American Republic. Come and learn about the great divine prophet, great divine and national movement, which was established by the founder, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and how to proclaim your nationality and become a true American citizen. Y'all see this, right? He said, become naturalized. Mind you, the prophet never used this term. So what are we talking about? Show you what we're talking about. To become naturalized, it would prohibit you from moving up. Let me look at the people real quick. To become naturalized as an American citizen, it will prohibit you from moving up the ladder to become the executive that you're supposed to be. If this was the case, if the Dred Scott decision was so important, if the Dred Scott decision was so important, now somebody has to answer me this question. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali makes a statement. He says, and I'll share it with you. He says this. He says, in the matter of electing a congressman for the first congressional district, let me let y'all see this. This is the prophet's words. In the matter of electing a congressman for the first congressional district of Illinois and the presidential election will be found. Hold up. In the matter of electing a congressman for the first congressional district of Illinois and the presidential election will be found such political activity has not been seen for many years. Again, in the matter of electing a congressman for the first congressional district of Illinois and the presidential election. Do anybody remember when the prophet said, proclaim your nationality so you can have a free ballot, national ballot, so you can cast a free national ballot at the polls? Do you know what that really means? That means that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali vision was beyond local politics. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali vision was all the way up to the executive office. A national poll, cast a ballot at the national poll, is a ballot for the presidency, as the prophet just mentioned. Why am I mentioning that? Because a naturalized citizen cannot run for president. A naturalized citizen cannot run for president. It excludes you from running for president. That's just the fact of the matter. Now, although the naturalization ceremony is not official, but just for the sake of conversation, it says no person except a natural-born citizen or citizen of the United States at the adoption of this Constitution can be president, can be eligible to the office of the president. You see? No person except a natural-born citizen or a citizen of the United States at the time of the adoption of this Constitution shall be eligible for the office of president. in the matter electing a congressman for the 1st Congressional District of Illinois and the presidential election will be found such political activity that has not been seen for years. To the thousands of members of the Moorish Science Temple of America will these matters be discussed in length. They are discussing a congressman in a presidential election back in the 1920s. Do anybody hear me? Do anybody hear me? Do anybody hear me? The Prophet Noble Ali is talking about moving on the congressional level, the presidential level. Do anybody hear me? Any naturalized citizen or not. Anybody is naturalized, is not qualified. Let me tell you something. That ceremony is not even, if to be naturalized in the United States, you have to go to D.C. To be a naturalized citizen of the United States of America, you have to go into D.C. There is no person designated outside of Washington that can naturalize you if that was the case that you needed to be naturalized. If you needed to be naturalized, Bratton Bey doesn't have the authority. Or does he? Let me show you what he's saying. The brother said, one second. One second. The brother said, you can be nationalized within, I'm trying to find it. He said you can be naturalized within the Moorish American National Republic as a citizen. I'm trying to find it right now. I'll find it in a second. I got it. Oh yeah, I got it. In other words, but let's move on until I find it. I got two things I got to find. First of all, what is this all about? What is this naturalization thing is all about? Family, I keep telling y'all, let me stop for a minute. I keep telling y'all, if you feel as though, I keep telling y'all, if you feel as though something is not right, family, before you go all the way in, before you go all the way in, family, check the money. Check the money. That's what we're going to do right now. We're going to check the money. I want y'all to check the money. Check the money. All right? We're about to check the money. We're going to see why a brother will call what he does the national side of the movement. We're going to see why a brother call what he does important because temples don't do it. We're going to see why right now. And I will guarantee you, that most people that have tried to use, and I'm not saying all, because some places are unfamiliar with the Moorish pseudo shenanigans, but that people who have tried to use some of this paperwork, they will tell you it didn't work. They will tell you it didn't work. Roy Bey told me it didn't work. Roy Bey said, I told, no matter of fact, he told me it did work. Then I say, well, let me see. Let me see your information. He had the packet in his hand. And he started laughing. I said, boy, that ain't working. He started laughing. But whatever the case may be, I don't know. I know it don't work. But I do know it has worked for some people that was in certain areas and they took it to the paper and the people like, okay. Da, da, da. But most people, they know it don't work. They know it don't work. They know these seals and all this stuff don't work. They know it. They know it don't work. But anyway, let's follow the money real quick. Check it out. So when you look at the money trail, first of all, let me blow this. Let me blow this up for you. First of all, this was the brother to begin a class. It's on the telephone now. It costs $125. So he got one going in January. He got one going in April. He got one going in June. Now, he's been doing this since the 80s now. But now listen, that's to begin the class. But these are the classes. The citizenship form, $125. The public warning class form, that class, $125. The American National Republic be known class form. And I could be wrong in some of this stuff, but we're going to pull it up in a minute to be sure. I don't want to be wrong. Moorish American National Republic card class form, $125. Moorish American National Republic rules. All of this is $125. All of it. You're paying $125 a pop, if you will. You're paying $125 a pop. But now let's see what we're paying for. Let's see what we're paying for. Let's pull it up real quick. Let's see what we're paying for. Now, hold up. Matter of fact, I can show you right here. I ain't got to go all the way on the website. I can show you right here. Look at the forms right here. When you see these forms, this form here is the responsibility course. See that? Course fee. Let me let y'all see it. Let y'all see this. See if I can pull it up. See the course fee. $125. Are your dues current? You got to pay some dues. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Moorish American National Republic Citizen Responsibility Course Fee, $70. You got to pay that probably first. I don't know. I think these are the same ones, but we'll go to another one. But this is what they look like. These are what you're going to be trying to get so you can pay these fees of $125. All right? So let me pull it up again. Give me 1 second. I got a whole bunch of slides here. I'm just trying to get to the meat. All right, so after the 80s, this is what had. The phone conversation in this little downstairs building here, I wish I was doing this since the 80s. We have a school and everything. We will have a school and everything. Okay, here's another one. This one is National Headquarters Application for Citizenship. Now, this application is as a naturalization processing fee. Everything is $125. Everything. In order to become a citizen, they're going to take $125 to process it. See it right there? $125 to process this. But now the question becomes, they say we don't charge for citizenship, but we charge a processing fee of $125. These are all the forms. There's 7 of them. It's 7 forms. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 500. 1, 2, 3. That's 875. Gonna get you up and running for $875. And at the end, you're gonna get a ceremony. And this ceremony, you're going to come in Baltimore in a building that's not even owned. You're going to come into Baltimore in a building that's not even owned by the Moorish American National Republic, and you're going to have a ceremony to tell you that you are Moorish American. They're going to tell you that you are Moorish American in a building that's not even their own. They're going to have it in the Blacks and Wax building. This past year, it snuck by me. They went into another building. Bro, you're right. They do got a building. I'm about to show it to you. It's about the size of an apartment. It's right here. I got you. You're right. Here it is right here. Here's the building. It's a downstairs office about the size of a small apartment. There you go, right here. That's it. There you go. It's inside of that building right there. You're right. That's it. Tell me I'm wrong. I'll go take pictures of it tomorrow. Since 1980. Since 1980, this has been going on. Since the 80s. Do y'all hear me? Since the 80s, this has been going on, and that's the building. The brother said, I need to do more research. Brother, the 1320 was shot down. I can prove that. I just put the link in there. Go to the link. The 1320 don't free you. It was shot down. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, brother, I would invite you to the show, the road casting. I would invite you to the show, and I will be quiet. I will be quiet and let you present your side of the story. And I will present mine using Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And using Prophet Noble Drew Ali. More. I am not beating up on an individual. I'm telling you, we need to get back on the true ideal. I don't believe everybody is going to go under one leader. That's not what I believe. I believe, but we must subscribe to the true ideal of the Moorish science as taught by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I know a lot of people ain't going to like me for this. I have a voice. I have to say something. This stuff is not right. Going around telling people that they need to be naturalized, when this naturalized ceremony is only a ritual that has no bearing on you being a Moorish American. It has no bearing on you being a Moorish American. Again, these are businesses that the brother has set up. Let me show you. Let me see if I can pull some of them up. These are businesses. These are businesses that are set up. You understand what I'm saying? These are businesses that are set up. They're straight businesses. Let me show you. This is a business filing. This is the business filing right here. And it's not the Moorish Science Temple of America. Look at how it's filed. It's called the Moorish Science Temple Divine and National Movement of North America, Incorporated, number 13. It's not the Moorish Science Temple of America. It's the Moorish Science Temple, the Divine National Movement. See, one thing about a slickster, they know that they might get... See, this is what they fear. They fear that a brother like Jones Bay and the brothers from the Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated will try to shut them down one day. And so instead of naming it the Moorish Science Temple of America, they name it the Moorish Science Temple, the Divine and National Movement of North America Incorporated, number 13, because they fear that Jones Bay and the Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated, who owns the corporate filing, will shut them down one day. Little do they know is that the door of religious freedom swings open to any and every one. Little do they know that. So they named it something and added something to try to shield them just in case. Facts. Facts. They did that just in case. See, I'm a bold brother. Let me show you the difference between me. I'm a bold brother. I'm a bold brother. See, if I open the Moorish Science Temple of America, I'm going to open the Moorish Science Temple of America. And I'm going to say, come holler at me. And me and my people, we are going to build on the foundation of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I'm not worrying about you trying to shut me down. I'm not changing no names or none of that. I ain't doing none of that. I believe in the religious freedom as espoused into one of the greatest documents on earth. I believe in the religious freedom. So I would say I'm the Moorish Science Temple of America as taught by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Brother, the road casting. I'm not slandering. I'm saying birthright is not for sale, brother. That's not slander. Brother, I'm showing you that the birthright, he's selling birthright. He's telling you you have to buy. He's telling you you have to buy your way into a Moorish nationality. That's not how it go, fam. That's not how it go, fam. That's not how it go. You cannot buy your way into a Moorish nationality. And that is not the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Abba, let me tell you, Abba, I never hated you for that, Abba. I know where you was at. Abba, let me tell you this, Abba. I come to discover this. This is what I come to discover. I've come to discover that the Moorish Science Temple of America is the house of God for the Moorish American Muslim. No one can corner the market on that. And I would challenge anybody to try it. I would challenge anybody to try it. No one can corner the market on Islamism. Don't work like that. You can corner the market on your corporate filing as it relates to your assets of your company, but not on the religious aspect. I'm going to say it again. You can hold a corporate filing as it relates to the aspect, the assets. You can try for the name, and you would be successful with the name if it was a McDonald's, because a McDonald's is not religious. But when you're dealing with religion, don't work like that. Muhammad the Just, it don't work like that. The ancestors speaking to me. The ancestors, something is speaking to my heart. Something is speaking to my heart. Something is speaking to my heart. We have to do the work of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. That's it at the end of the day. We have to do the work of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, regardless of what body you are in, regardless if you are individual and you love the Prophet Noble Drew Ali and you love the works of the Prophet, do the works of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Study exactly what he did. Study what he did. Study what his civics is. There is no such thing as a national side and a divine side. All of that goes hand in hand. Brother, anybody can email me at taharkabay@yahoo.com. And we hitting the road this year. We hitting the road this year because this nonsense has got to stop. The nonsense of somebody claiming exclusive right to the word of God got to stop. The nonsense of somebody trying to really take control of the ignorance of our people has got to stop. It's got to stop. Either we are going to exemplify the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali and produce what he produced, or we are going to be scholars, talkers, and not doers. Either we're going to do the Prophet Noble Drew Ali or we not. There is not one group of Moors. There is not one group of Moors who demonstrated what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali has demonstrated. And you can tell any leader you want. Not one. Brother, you can have a school, but don't go out of one indoctrination into another. Don't leave the indoctrination of the European and then let your brother indoctrinate you. Why would you do that? The 1320 don't apply. It was struck down, not accepted. Email me to harkabay@yahoo.com. I will send you the link. I will send you the minutes. If I can prove to you that it was struck down, would you move on? Would you move with progressive Moors? Would you work towards the common good? Do you understand naturalization does not apply to those born on these shores? Do you understand that? Do you even know what naturalization is? What's the difference between naturalization and nationalization? Truth be told, a Moor can't even nationalize you. Truth be told, a Moorish Science Temple of America can't even nationalize you. Truth be told. Truth be told. You proclaim your nationality. It's already there. You just need to proclaim it. Nobody can turn you into a Moorish American. You proclaim it. You proclaim your nationality. The prophet said, with us, all members must proclaim. Brother, you can, the road casting, you can defend it all you want. You can defend it all you want, brother. You can defend it all you want, brother. It is not the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. You cannot find in the historical account where the prophet charged anybody these enormous fees to learn about nationality. You can't find that nowhere. So if we can't find that, then what we must do? We must leave that alone. How did the prophet pay for the facilitating of Moorish science? They created businesses. This brother said they use it to maintain the facility. Create businesses. The business of working the people and selling the lessons is not business. It's not business. And then you doing it on the back of a lie about being naturalized. Brother, clarity is clarity. You cannot be, and this naturalization is not necessary to be a Moorish American. Thank you, Ishmael Bey. We are not foreigners. Shout out to my beautiful sister, Glenda Dre L. I love you, sis. I miss you, sis. I'm coming to NYC soon. That's my sister in the building. My sister Dre L. Sister Dre L. I'm going to be the more you going to remember. That's right, sister. That's my sister in the building. Check this out. The prophet told you how we felt for the constitutional fold. Sister Jane! Hey! I be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. Talk the main front line till the law call my number. Hey! You gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. Hey! I be that more you gon' remember. Talk the main front line till the law call my number. You a friend of more than you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies. Hey! Hey! Prophet, they speak against me. I'm just saying, I'm about to wrap it up. That was for my sister Dre. I love my sister Dre now out of NYC. That's my sister. I'm telling you, when I say that's my sister, let me tell you something. I have two sisters, and she remind me just like my sisters from the womb in which I came from. She looks out for me. We can joke with each other. We can get mad at each other. I hung up in the sister ear one time. We going back and forth, and I hung up in her ear. Boom! I hung up right in her ear. You see what I'm saying? But guess what? That's my sister. If I'm your brother, or you my sister and you my brother, I can disagree with you. I disagree with Ishmael Bey last week. That's still my brother. And I will go to war with him back to back. We need to learn. Let me say this in closing, family. Just because I disagree with you, when I say Birthright is not for sale, that's not slander. The jig is up. That's not slander. Know what slander is. If I disagree with you, that don't mean I hate you. Y'all know your brother Tahaka Bey right now. By now, y'all know Tahaka Bey. I'm all amped up. I'm all worked up. But man, I'm a dedicated Moorish American. I'm working to get myself better. But if I disagree with you, that don't mean I hate you. Let me share something with you. It's a brother that I disagree with, and this brother here. This is how weak we have gotten as men. This is why men run for the Europeans and we go crazy. This is how weak we have gotten. I met this brother back in October, right? And I end up disagreeing with this brother on a flag. He's from the Moorish American government. And I disagreed with this brother about the flag. Look at him. He got all these pretty garments. All this pretty garments. But because I disagreed with him, look what he posts. Here is a man who will demonstrate our hand clasp of unity and depart slandering you as soon as he releases your hand. Any man who betrays his brother man for fame is not to be trusted. Commission add that. I don't agree with you changing the prophet's flag. Let me say it again. Commission add that. I love you, brother, but I don't agree with you changing the prophet's flag. Okay? That doesn't mean I hate you. That doesn't mean I'm slandering you. I'm telling you, matter of fact, I'm going to pull it up for you and show the people exactly what I'm talking about. Because you can't say I hate anybody. I just don't agree with I don't agree with people trying to hold on. Where you go at? I just don't agree with people trying to change the prophet's teachings. Now, am I wrong? Because I want to address it. This is not slander. How can this be slander? How can this be slander? The brother, his leader, Swift Angel said that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali told him to make this flag. That's what he said. That's what he said to me. I disagreed. I did a show on the flag. I said, no. I said, this is the Moorish flag right here. I said, this is the Moroccan flag. What's the difference? The Moroccan flag is bordered in red. The Moorish flag, bordered in black. The Moorish flag is described by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali as a red flag with a 5-pointed green star in the center. There is no black border around it. That's the difference between the Moorish and the Moroccan flag. So his leader said, no, the prophet came to him and told him to create the Moorish flag. And they say, this is the Moorish flag. And I disagree with this brother. And you know what? This is what the brother write about me. He said, here is a man who will demonstrate our hand class of unity and depart slandering you as soon as he release your hand. Brother, I invited you on the show. What are you talking about? I disagree with you. There go Roy Bey. Roy Bey always been a little bit iffy, but I just disagree with Roy Bey. He cussed me out. He cussed me out. You know what I'm saying? He cussed me out. And so he is the one that put this to the level because he disagreed and I disagreed and he went crazy. This brother here, he says, I betrayed him for fame. All I'm saying is, brother, This is not the Moorish flag. The Prophet tells us what the Moorish flag. Right here. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali own words. What kind of flag is the Moorish? It is a red flag with a 5-pointed green star in the center. So your leader can't tell me that this is the Moorish flag when the Prophet Noble Drew Ali told me what the Moorish flag is. And you mad at me? Because I want people to know that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said this is the Moorish flag and this is not the Moorish flag? Brother, come on, man. Y'all need to have some thick skin, man. We can't conquer Spain like this. I mean, we can't conquer Spain like this. Nah, we can't conquer Spain like this. I'm trying to tell you. You know what I mean? We ain't conquering nobody like this. We ain't conquering Spain like this. We ain't conquering nothing like this. You brothers need some thick skin. You can cuss me out. You can talk tough. You can threaten me. Let me tell you something. I don't care. I don't care about your tough talk. I don't care about your threats. Don't matter to me. This is it for me. I ain't got nowhere to go except up and uplifting my people with Moorish signs. This is it for me. You had to do something. I say we come together and work it out. Because I'm not talking about anybody personally. I'm only talking about the doctrine. I'm only talking about the information. So I think we need to get together and discuss the information. Do you got courage enough for truth? Huh? Because if you got courage enough for truth, then we need to sit down and have a conversation. Because I'm not talking about anybody personally. I haven't attacked anybody personally. Y'all need to get yourself together. You're grown men acting like y'all a little bit, something ain't right, man. Y'all get a little too sensitive about information. It's only information. If you don't agree with me, turn off Moorish World TV. Turn off Moorish World TV if you don't agree with me. It's okay. The solution to that is in the Quran. To your way be yours, to mine be mine. Why are you watching Moorish World TV if it gets you so bent out of shape? Brother, the reason why I have to put these pictures up is because the representation of this ideal. I use pictures because the pictures represent an ideal. I have nothing against any brothers in those pictures. It's an advertisement. Why is people putting stuff in public that they don't want on advertisement? People use my picture all the time. People use the Bratton Bey image all the time. You know the problem is? You know what problem is? This is why people don't like me using their image. I'm just good at revealing what I know. I'm good at it. I am. I'm good. I'm a hype man. I'm my own hype man. I get my own information, and I'm not the best of scholars. That ain't what I'm trying to be. Again, I said, leave that to Lord Abba now. Leave that to Sharif, Tunica L, Grimion L, all them good brothers. Leave that to them. I'm not the best of scholars, but I just got common sense. I know how to find out if the 1320 is real or fake. I know how to find out if the Prophet Noble Drew Ali charged for a class. I know how to find out if I have to be naturalized, nationalized, or am I born a citizen? I know how to find that out. And all I'm saying is I'm only giving my portion of understanding. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali teaches us that the gifts of understanding are the treasures of Allah. And he pointed to each one what measure seemed good unto himself. It's just my portion of understanding. Stop getting so mad. find some information to rebut my information. And that goes to, man, shout out to American 720, because we used to go at it. That goes out to the Cujo Elves. That goes out to the Taj Tariq. That goes out to Bratton Bey, Roy Bay. That goes out to anybody who disagree with me. Call me up, inbox me, and say, I got some information to shut your information down. And I'm telling you, you can bring your own scholar to be the moderator, and we can have a discussion. If you're telling me that the more study on naturalization, I say you, Dorrell Casting, you bring your study on naturalization, and I bring mine, and we bring a mediator or a moderator, and we get to the truth. And we get to the truth. We ain't got to be enemies, Phil. We get to the truth. You are my brother. Cujo, my brother. The only problem I have with Cujo is that he cussed like a sailor when he gets mad. And I ain't too far removed from that old me. You know what I mean? I'm still learning to love instead of hate. Still working on that part. So I don't like people cussing at me. So I don't cuss at people. I don't like people calling me out my name, so I don't call people out their name. I'll take it, though. I'll take it because it comes with the territory. But the ultimate goal is to get the real teachers of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali back in the hands of the people where it's supposed to be. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ishmael Bey. I'm waiting for Ishmael Bey to come back on the show. I see people be challenging the brother recently with a few little ideas on his page, but he beat them back real bad, and then they just be quiet. So I don't know. He might, Ishmael Bey, you give me the call, and we good to go. Let me say this, family. Let me say this. What we need to do, we need to have a panel. I'm asking all those who wish to sit on a panel to discuss the misinformation that is perpetuated within the Moorish paradigm to email me at tahagabay@yahoo.com. This is a very important issue, and I'm going to close with this, family. This is a very important issue. We need to have a conversation. We definitely need to have a conversation, and give me 1 second. I'm going to show you why. We need to have a conversation concerning the misinformation outside of the Moorish philosophy, if you will. Let me pull something up. And don't stand by, family. Stand by, stand by, stand by. Don't go nowhere. I want to show this to you. I got to show you this to you because 3 people sent it to me, and I got to show it to you. So don't move. Let me pull it up, and let me share this with you. All right? My computer moving a little bit slow due to the fact I got so many programs running. So give me a second. They gonna talk about that. Oh, you got one of them old computers. How people crazy. How people be tripping. I love my people, though. I'm trying to tell you. Hold on. Let me find this. Give me 1 second, family. I got to share this with y'all. It's coming up real quick. It's going to come up real quick. Let me share this with y'all. All right. See, let me tell you why I fight the good fight, family. One of the reasons I fight the good fight is because of this, family. All right, y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? One of the reasons I fight the good fight, not only concerning things like the flag where people misappropriate and people really believe that that's okay, not only because of things like that, but also for things like this. Let me share something with y'all. Y'all still with me? I'm working on it. One of the things that I do is, the reason why I fight the good fight, one of the reasons is because of things like this. We begin to create another cult leader. This is to say the Grand Master Sheikh, Noble, Honorable Taj Tariq Bey is the reincarnation of my prophet, the ordained, honorable Noble Drew Ali. They tried to say that this brother is the reincarnation, or this sister did, of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. This brother has now organized 5 people to move in one direction. Of course, he has dispensed a lot of information, and a lot of people that have been introduced to the name of Prophet Noble Drew Ali rock with me right now. He has done a lot of good, but this is very harmful. To call a brother the reincarnation of Prophet Noble Drew Ali is a bit stretch. When the work of Prophet Noble Drew Ali is clear and simple. The work of Prophet Noble Drew Ali was and shall be, forever be, done within the settings of the Moorish Science Temple of America. The work of Prophet Noble Drew Ali was and should be done within the construct and the framework as it was laid out by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. All meetings are to be open and closed according to the prompt. Certain 7, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. He said, study your Quran. He says all of these things, the Prophet really laid it out. And many of the things that the Prophet has taught, Taj Tariq does not demonstrate. Let's just be clear. That's not a personal attack. He doesn't open a teaching. He doesn't open the doors of a temple. He doesn't do what the prophet did. There can never be a reincarnation if you don't do exactly what the prophet has done. Oh, brother, I'm just saying, if this is not on Taj, Moorish America 720, we just got cool. You my guy. This is not on Taj. This is on those who want to try to control the narrative, and you know what I mean? And this is when Taj, our brother Taj, should speak out and say, hold up, nah. He should denounce it. He should denounce it. Maybe he's not aware of it. But maybe you, Moorish America 720, can let him be aware of it. You know what I mean? Just like I said, if I hear Taj one time tell people, man, don't follow that right to travel stuff. I'm teaching you, but man, you're endangering yourself. I have a better much respect for anybody who try to persuade people to keep themselves out of harm's way. Now, the right to travel, I believe, it has a lot of valid points, but I don't believe that one person should move on it. I believe a nation moves as a nation, and if you want something to be a part of the fabric of the understanding of Moorish science or your Moorish ideal, you have to move as a nation. One individual can't move alone. Asking people for delegation authority, one individual, nations don't move like that. Right to travel, getting pulled over, nations don't move like that. You know you're going to have problems. The nation is supposed to put things in effect that once it's in effect, it's on the table and put the authorities on notice. That was the purpose of the prophet filing an affidavit. The affidavit is not asking for anything. It's putting people on notice. So in the spirit of affidavit, we need to put people on notice that this group is moving this way in each and every city. But you have to move as a group. You have to move as a nation. And this is why the Prophet Noble Drew Ali always makes statements. Many times he said, any Moors or any group of Moors, you know, because we have to move in unison as a nation, as a group. As we continue to move as individuals, we're going to keep getting the individual results. You know, if a person wants to implement the ideal of a right to travel, organize. Organize 150 people in a local city and go get it established. And go get it established. Anybody that's looking to link up, you can link up with me at taharkabay@yahoo.com. Moorish Science Temple, MST of A virtual. I think it's MST of A. Let me give you the. Anybody want to link up with the virtual temple? We can link up. We can get some things happen within the virtual temple. Let me see if I want to get the link for you real quick. Anybody is welcome. We are building on trying to take the Moorish Science Temple of America ideal to the next level. I don't know if people have what it takes to really take it to the next level. I would hope they do. And so I'm asking, as the Prophet Noble Drew Ali did, ask for strong men and women. If they think their conditions can be better, join the Moorish Science Temple of America. And when I say that, I'm asking that you can join the virtual Moorish Science Temple of America. You know, you can join and we can work together for a common good. We got an economic plan. We got a business plan. We got a, we got some stuff happening. We got a political plan, political agenda that we're rolling out this spring. We moving, and we're not waiting on anybody, nor are we asking for permission. We're not asking for permission. It is what it is. You know, if somebody wish to want to link up, you can link up with me. We got some finances we're going to be unrolling, so we can all work together and get this thing going. If you're tired of the old back and forth, we need to get together and get it. My brother Faulkner L, his you see him in the chat. His YouTube channel gonna be jumping off soon. We're gonna be moving on the ground in North Carolina. And somebody just asked for North Carolina. I want you to email me at morishworldtv@gmail.com. I just put the link there. I can link you up with Faulkner L. He gonna be open hopefully by the spring, summer. He gonna be opening his temple down there. We moving. We're not waiting for nobody. We're not waiting for nobody. I'm gonna say it again. We not waiting for nobody, and we're not asking for permission. This is the generation. We're not asking for permission. We are putting you on notice that the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali is about to be spread on the ground throughout the country and outside of the country. And I am going to use every breath in my body to facilitate that ideal. It is what it is. And if anybody have any questions, you can reach me at taharkabay@yahoo.com, morishworldtv@gmail.com. If you got any questions, but don't come with no foolishness. Come with some ideas that might can help your brother out. Again, we're not asking for permission. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. No more games being played on this side. You follow me? All right. Let me talk to my brother Cujo real quick. Can I talk to Cujo? Can I talk to Cujo? Huh? Let me talk to Cujo. Never, never do. Down no more. They just slow mo. 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 That's right. They just slow mo. See, I be coming at these wars, and it's very simple. Why I be coming at these wars? Because I don't consider these functional Moorish American Muslims, and it relates to the teachings of the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Some ladies from across the border, you and your daughters, I mean your little followers, you all out of order. I ain't taking nada, nothing from you crooks. Cujo charged today, I got them all shook. I wish Cujo would step up to get his rep up and get hit up from the neck up. You gon' respect us.
An elder once told me, meet the people where they at, and you lower than the worm, so you know you meet the tech. Let's keep it simple, more. I'm a temple more. Either you wanna talk knowledge or you wanna go to war. Cujo, I will drag you by your dreads till you beg. Detach your arm, leg, arm, head. Boy, you don't want these problems, I know the low well. The policy enforcers be the same ones you go tell. Now go on, call them low lanes. Get up.
Hey family, I just got the video I put together. It's on the channel. I just put the link in the chat. Check out the video. I put a little work in. I just do it on my spare time, which I don't have much spare time, but I just do what I do. Check out
YouTube. Some old thing talk tough like you about that, and I won't forget how far I came. I never forgot my aim. I never forgot my ammo. I prayed to Allah, but I still tie my camel. Let's talk about this knowledge that you think you have. Matter of fact, forget it, boy. Don't make me laugh. Ah. Down no more. It just slow mo. Down no more. It just slow mo. They can learn today, but they gon' learn today.
Send the joint out. This is my new song, sis.
So now what you gotta say? I broke the rules, cause I'm a sheik and a Muslim, and I'm talking about tools. Boy, you know the lessons. The tools I took are fine, and mine are reclined to workshop on your mind. Nothing about the hammer, make it a part of every part. And I wanna meet a law, so I'm aiming at your heart. You had a 720, I'm on a 12 step. I'm at the pinnacle of wisdom.
Shout out, family. I'm gone, baby.